The second sprint stage this year's Tour de France, and Mark Cavendish has made history. Number 35. On the first sprint day, he didn't get many things right. His team was a little bit ill-positioned, and that is polar opposite to what happened today. This couldn't have been a smoother sprint for Mark Cavendish. Although it looks messy, this was a perfect sprint for him. At this point here, this was 30k out. This isn't even the time that Astana got on the front with the team. As we can just see here, hold on, if I just go back ever so slightly, as we just see here, this right here is Mark Cavendish, so right up towards the front. Then his teammates, 3 in front of him, 1 behind him. There's one of them pushing the wind at the minute, useless in the lead out, so he is taking the wind at the minute just to make Mark Cavendish's life a hell of a lot easier and not having to fight for position as he did on stage 1, where he's so far back that he never got that opportunity to sprint, never got the opportunity to move up. And Astana here at this moment in time, right on the front, controlling things, making sure that they're in a safe position coming down these downhills, just giving Mark the easiest possible ride into this finish as possible. It was a hectic sprint, and when we got to this point here with around 4.3 k's to go, I will highlight the Astana team again because they are right towards the front. Yes, there's a lot of riders around, but it is into a slight cross headwind at this point, so they don't want to be on the front, because if they're on the front, they are going to waste so much energy. This right here is Mark Cavendish. He's got Mikhail Morkov behind him. He's got one teammate all the way back here that he's trying to move up to get to them, and then he's got one teammate here and another one here. So they are organised, but they are not trying to do a lead out. They are just looking for that positioning. With Morkov behind him, Cav will have said to him, follow me. If you follow me, I'll find my own way. And if I need you in the end, you'll be able to there to react and to help me move up if I really need you. But that shows the class of Mark Cavendish and how confident he can be coming into these sprints. I think he knew on a day like today how well he's going, how well he's feeling. Otherwise, he'd have stuck Morkov in front of him, get him to thread that needle coming into it. You can just see on this point here, Mark Cavendish, there is a slight little bumping just coming up here where he accelerates to move position. And it's at this point here with Jasper Stuyven, he just moves him a little bit. He just nudges that shoulder and really fights for that position. That's with 4.2 k's out. When we come on to this final sprint, this is where it really starts to get impressive for Mark Cavendish. As we can see, we've got one of the Lidl Trek riders right here, Ryan Gibbons. Then we've got another one here, which is Stuyven. Mads Pedersen somewhere back behind this line somewhere. And then we've got the 2 AG2R Cathlon riders. Then if you look at everyone else, you've got Philipsen on his own here. You've got Demar just on his own. His lead-out man's almost finished. You've got Gaviria on his own. You've got Gerben Tyson. You've got Brian Cockard. You've got Ackerman. And then finally, right in the middle, which anyone had deemed the worst position to be in, you've got Mark Cavendish. As we carry on playing this just ever so slightly, you can just see how fast things start to move. At this point here, Philipsen realises he's going this way. This is a hindrance to Philipsen because he's going to have to slow down. Mark Cavendish, just watch his body. He doesn't necessarily move. Ackerman's already sprinting, and by this time, Mark will know that this is the wheel to go for. He knows that Ryan Gibbons here is coming to the end of his effort, so he has got this lead-out man in front of him, and he will have the space, because look at all this space he's got on the left-hand side. As he does start to sprint, Ackerman launches on the right-hand side. Mark patiently waits, gets out the saddle here, but watch this notice in speed difference. Soon as he lays down that power. And interestingly to note, Mark, a lot of people might just say that he didn't hold his line in a sprint. Just look at his head here. His head looking to the left-hand side, seeing what's in this vision, making sure that he doesn't take anyone out, making sure he doesn't impede anyone, and starts to sprint. And from this moment on, it is pretty much done. The power that he had here, the speed that he had here, no one was able to compete with him, no one was able to get near him, and just a beautifully done sprint. We spoke about this earlier in terms of how this was an old-school Mark Cavendish win. And what we mean by that is he's sprinting like old Mark Cavendish. The kick, the sprint, the positioning, almost doing it all on his own, with the help of his teammates, of course, early on. But in that final, that confidence for him to be able to do so is just absolutely incredible. And this wouldn't surprise me. This wouldn't be the first win of this Tour de France. It will be the first win, sorry, but there'll be many more to come. Maybe 2, maybe 3. Once Mark gets winning, there's no stopping the man. But there's one thing for sure. He is the greatest of all time.